Hello, everybody. Welcome to Greater Point Live. Uh, sorry y'all left early. Sorry y'all got here early, and sorry you left early. But we're here now.
Oh, we are?
Yes. Didn't you just?
I don't know where I'm at, dude.
Yeah. I know. You don't even know who Mr. Johnson is.
No, I don't.
Preview for upcoming projects.
Literally don't know who Mr. Johnson is.
I have no idea who that is. Wait, huh? Well, inside baseball. We apologize. But yeah, we're here for another fun-filled night. Now you notice I didn't even put the Boomer image up. I'm just gonna go right in. We're gonna go straight into this one.
No bullshitting.
Yeah. So yeah, the Marvel is rewriting Fantastic Four's origin story.
Now, I can kind of understand that one
Mm-hmm.
because there's several things like going on, but like Fantastic Four is terrible,
You're one of those
and
people.
really, it is the most boring group of superheroes ever. That I did. Unlike the scale of giving a shit, there's something under that where that's where Fantastic Four is. Like there's no, who cares?
In all my times that I've been alive, in all my years of walking this earth, I've never heard something so communist in my entire life.
What, a Fantastic Four being stupid?
Fantastic Four is great, and I'll fight you.
I mean, okay, I'll give you my address where you bring some tendies and Mike's hard.
I said it probably ended up just hanging out instead of fucking.
Yeah, we're just probably just watching Godzilla Day. But
Yeah. Go hang out on wait for a hurricane and hang out on one of your hurricane parties you were talking about.
oh hell yeah,
Yeah,
you
just
get drunk and then make fun of all the Canadians that get trapped here. Oh no, we're gonna die. It's category 2. No.
or even a tropical storm. It's like, oh no, a tropical storm. We're all gonna die.
Oh no, yeah, like back in the day, people in Florida would not give a fuck if it was like a category 4. But now you got all these New Jacks and shit from the rest of the country and Canada and stuff.
Yeah.
They shit themselves when they call it, oh no, it's not even a tropical storm. They'll call it tropical depression.
Yeah.
People are,
Yeah,
oh
it's
no,
a
we
bad
gotta
tropical storm.
we gotta raid the fucking Walmart and get every
Get every crumb of bread.
I'm buying a
every...
generator for 500% over market value because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, get every crumb of bread and every drop of milk because obviously in the middle of the summer the one thing you need is fucking milk.
Yeah. the thing, because like Hurricane Andrew was one where we got fucking nailed.
Yeah.
But people sort of learned their lesson after that. Like, oh, okay, we need to build shit a little bit better and differently.
Yeah.
So we did, and then I've been nailed with like, I don't know, probably a dozen hurricanes or so in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost power like 3 times.
Okay, Katie Kitty. By the way, welcome. A lot of that might be my fault because I have boomer internet and my upload is kind of bad. So I think the most I can top out is 40p. So I apologize for that. One day it'll be better. I might just let Piper I'll just let Piper.
He's got like
Yeah.
Australian. He's got Australian internet connection for some reason.
It's almost as bad as a fucking. I compared it with Arena's one night, and yeah, we were pretty much on par. I said that's pretty terrible.
And well, I don't know which is worse, is because she has like some of the best internet you can in Australia.
Yeah, but then I think it was pissing her off more. Is like right across the street is the fiber connection that they won't pull over to her house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know them feels though.
Yeah, same here. And mine's not even. It's not even for me. It's not even fucking. It's across the street. It's under my house, like literally. Like well, it's in my yard, I should say. They ran it across my yard, but it's not active. I was like, you got fiber for no reason. Good job.
Me, it's across the street. My entire half of the town or whatever, because there's not that much going on my part of the town.
Yeah.
So it sucks ass.
Yeah, so let's get back to what we're talking about with the terrible Fantastic Four, as Cab put it.
And it says that they just rebooted it, and now they're rebooting it again.
Well, I guess you could say they reestablished it because they brought it back. They brought them back after 4 years, almost 3 years. So yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing about Fantastic. Like, I mean, I guess there's people that like it, but
well, they're
there's like
they're the,
there's
they
only,
are
there's
the
like
first.
10 of them.
Well, see, the thing is, they are the first family, right? They're the first
But
Marvel.
it says they just rebooted Fantastic Four earlier this year. But
Well,
it
yeah,
looks
the
like
reboot is that they
started
brought it
again.
back. That's kind of the reboot.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not a reboot. That's
not.
just
Yeah, I know
saying,
it's not a reboot
hey,
at
we're
all. Yeah.
doing the thing.
Well, let's read this article. Okay, Fantastic Four haven't had much of a presence in Marvel's universe since their flagship series ceased printing back in 2015. However, it looks like the team of cosmic ray infused scientists are going to be at the center of something huge next year. Marvel announced that the team's origins will be rewritten and forever changed with a poster teasing a new direction for the superhero team. In the just released image, Marvel pointedly asked, who gave the Fantastic Four their powers? And here's the image. Who really gave the Fantastic Four their powers? Marvel history is destroyed. That's what really bugs me about the whole thing.
Yeah,
They
I
say
don't like
Marvel
that they
history
put
is-
that.
Yeah.
That they put Marvel history is destroyed. Like that seems like a dick move right there.
Well, it's run. I mean, Marvel's run by people that hate all the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So they're literally trying to piss off the entire fan base. That's their entire goal in life, is to make everyone that actually likes any of this shit mad
It's worth pointing
because they
out
hate
here-
their own lives.
It's worth pointing out here that the Four got their powers on a scientific expedition in outer space. Their ship was blasted with cosmic rays, and when they returned to Earth, they found that they had developed powers like invisibility and elasticity. Or in Thing's case, he became a giant
A
rock,
rock
man.
man.
Yeah. Now you think about it, everybody else. Can you imagine how? I thought about that. You imagine how fucking pissed off. I mean, I was thinking if I was Ben Grimm, I'd be pissed off too. It's like everybody else can at least look normal. I can't change back from this.
Yeah, this chick can get invisible, and this dude can catch on fire, and this dude's a Stretch Armstrong. But
Mm-hmm. I look like
no,
that.
I'm a rock man. I can't turn back into a normie.
Yeah. I can understand him having some anger issues about that.
Yeah.
The wording of the teaser suggests that the presumed accident had a more malevolent edge. There's someone behind the cosmic rays that led to the superhero team, and they will be revealed in March of 2019. I'm calling Galactus. Marvel added the phrase "Marvel history is destroyed," suggesting that whatever they are planning is going to be big. Marvel has been preoccupied with the early history of its characters lately, as comicbook.com points out. Marvel is currently working through an arc that places superpower beings on Earth as early as 1 million BC. The publisher is following the story of the prehistoric Avengers, including Odin and the original versions of Ghost Rider, Black Panther, and Iron Fist. Marvel only just rebooted Fantastic Four earlier this year, but looks like they are ready to start again. Once again, that wasn't a reboot. That was a relaunch.
And DC is bad with this too, but Marvel relaunches every 2 years
Yeah, they've gotten to that point where they're doing that.
because no one buys their shit. And they're like, well, we need to redo it, and maybe they'll like it this time. And then no one likes it.
Yeah, and to point out, this ain't the only thing that came out. Like they've also had a similar teaser for a Spider-Man story, which was called Spider-Man No More, which was basically Spider-Man just got tired of being Spider-Man because he was just getting shit on all the time. You know how J. Jonah Jameson, he's a menace and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So he basically just got tired of it. And he gave up. I'm done being Spider-Man, right? It won't like the fucking movies. I think it was the second movie where his powers just stopped working.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it was just I'm just done being Spider-Man. He still had his powers. He just wasn't going to be Spidey anymore. But they're apparently talking about rebooting that as well, giving I think it's either a different reason he quit or a different reason he comes back.
I bet the different reason he quit is because then now he finds out, oh, I'm actually gay. That's what they're gonna do.
Or even better, the reason he comes back is of course of something Aunt May.
I'm about to say, who gave Fantastic Four their powers was Aunt May.
So is that even bigger reason to kill off Aunt May? Is that
yeah, that she's
I
responsible.
think we all know the reason he comes back is because Trump.
probably done like that. Got to prevent this guy from becoming president.
It says,
Right?
Kitty says, then what is the point of having the company then? She's talking about the Marvel or He Who, whatever. Talking about Marvel and why all the people who work there like doing all this shit because they hate the fans.
Because they want to be. They think they're real writers.
No,
Or
it's
they want
not
to be real
well,
writers.
that.
And I quote.
Yeah,
I'm
they want to
taking-
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're sitting there thinking they're gonna get their movie deal with whatever studio or gonna write a book for someone. So this is the closest they can get. But the thing is, they actually suck. So they can't even write comics. So they're never gonna get that movie deal that they want. So they're kind of stuck there, and then they're pissed off. And then Disney doesn't care about it. They just want the IPs.
Yeah.
So they let them do whatever they want. That's it. That's the entire reason Marvel exists. It's an IP placeholder.
It was like
Yep.
it's funny because today that's another thing we can talk about now that we're in the middle of it. But I'll get to that in a minute. But it was a mention about talking about how much Marvel has fucked up a lot of their own lore. And there used to be people in place that were like, hold up, you can't do that because it would contradict this, you know?
Yeah, there was like fact checkers, weren't there?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
more,
they're
more
called
of somebody who had like
continuity,
they had the history of the Marvel universe at their fingertips, and they're like, no, don't do that because you're going to screw this up, you know?
What's even crazier is that back then they actually had to go through filing cabinets and read shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah,
Now it's all on the fucking wiki.
yeah.
They didn't even have to do it. Just
Not
fucking-
only that, it's their own wiki.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some fucking guy in Nebraska sits there and writes this crap all day just because he likes to, and they don't even have to like go there. They just go look at it and say, "Oh, okay, this person is this person's secret brother or whatever."
Yeah,
And
but
then-
what I'm saying is Marvel has their own database, online, so they could just check their own shit. But apparently that's too hard too.
well,
But yeah,
you've seen the
my guess is with the Fantastic Four, especially what they're going to do, they're going to have it some dumb shit where it wasn't an accident. Somebody actually gave them their powers, but made it look like an accident. That's why I'm betting on Galactus because
I'm good. Here's the dumbest thing with that. I'm going to own the Richards by giving them powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering, I mean, if they're going to do it where they're like, their expedition just happens to have them snooping somewhere that they need to not snoop or some shit. And the accident itself was on purpose. The powers were unintentional still.
Yeah. That could be it. But
What would be way better is if like Reed Richards was like actually low key CIA. No, not like DC CIA. I mean, he was a contracted kind of guy, and they sent him and his team to space to like, oh, it's just it's a scientific mission, but he's really there to spy on like fucking aliens or something.
yeah.
And in the course of that's how they get their powers.
Mhm.
Because he spied on some kind of alien device or thing or whatever, and it fucked up, and so he's been hiding this the entire. Like he accidentally low key made the thing turn into Rockman.
Yeah, I'll say the whole thing was his fault. Well, the
His
thing is,
fault.
he always took
Yeah.
the blame. That could actually work because he always took the blame for it because it was his idea to go on this expedition.
Yeah,
But it could be, that would probably make it interesting that it really was his fault. It wasn't like
it really was
accidental.
because he
Yeah.
was actually like NSA man or something.
Well, one of the Reed Richards in the Ultimate Universe is a huge asshole, and is actually a bad
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
I always got the idea he kind of just was an asshole. Like
Yeah.
even not the other one. Like I never really read a whole lot because I just like don't care about him. But
Mhm.
from what I have seen, is like he's always been a dick.
It's less of he's a dick; he's just uninterested in the plight of mortals, kind of thing. He's just too smart. He's literally like he's basically Rick for Rick and Morty without being Rick.
Without being
Oh, yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Without being funny too. Yeah, it's like. Of course, some people would say Rick and Morty being funny is debatable, but
Well,
season 1 and 2, yeah, but
yeah.
I think that
When they started
mostly.
trying to put actual plot in there, then it was like, oh, shit. Like,
I think it's sort of an Undertale thing going on there, where it might be a good product,
hmm
but it's the people surrounding it are fucking degenerates,
that's a lot of what the problem was with that. Yeah,
and so I just don't want anything to do with it because I just don't care.
right.
and here's what I think though about them doing the not the other retcons and reboots right now, but the Fantastic Four. if put in the hands of an actually good writer, could really freshen up the Fantastic Four. Because I remember they were like kind of cool when I was young, but then like it felt like everybody kind of outgrew them.
Yep.
They kept having adventures, but everybody else had already outgrown them and kind of moved on. They were like, all right, we get it, but the Hulk, dude, the Avengers, look over here. Like,
yeah.
So if done right, they could actually freshen up the Fantastic Four for, modern taste.
Yeah, but look who we're talking about here.
I know. Yeah, that's why I keep saying if. Like,
this is the if done right. Like, yeah, if done right, I could punch someone to space. I mean,
the fact that they put Marvel Histories getting destroyed or whatever though on that announcement already like makes me lose faith.
It goes back to like that whole the whole death of Wolverine thing.
Yeah.
All this hype up, but of course to kill Wolverine, I find it hilarious. Like the whole thing to kill Wolverine, they had to like take away the one thing that basically was his edge.
Yeah.
Because to me, it would have been more impressive if they killed Wolverine with his healing factor in place.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a lot more interesting. But they had to take away his one Deus Ex to kill him off.
And the whole thing of like, oh, we're gonna kill Wolverine. And the thing is like, yeah, no, you're not. We all know 10 issues later he's gonna come back, or whatever.
It took about 2 years, 2-3 years.
Well, it took him a little longer. But
but the thing is, any of these comic characters die, they don't stay freaking dead. That's why their deaths are not like a big deal anymore.
Yeah, that's what I've always said.
Because everybody's kind of desensitized. Everybody's like, oh, again.
I would honestly put a moratorium on like main character deaths. Just like don't do them because they're not going to stay dead, right? The best thing to if you want to create growth and different stuff like that, have the adjacent characters have them die and be permanent.
Yeah,
like
for real die.
Aunt May
and Aunt May.
kill that old bitch off.
Why do you hate the Blue Beetle? Booster Gold.
Well, Ted Kord stayed dead. The Blue Beetle that was before.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, like it's the death of Batman. That nigga will be back in 5 minutes. But then what happens is Blue Beetle dies. No, he's still dead.
yeah. It's like
for 10 years, he's still dead.
See, what had happened was nobody cared about Blue Beetle right until he died.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing. Like, oh, everyone's calling him an asshole, telling him to fuck off, and then the moment he dies, Batman's crying over his dead body.
Yeah. Oh no, not Ted. It would have been funnier if Batman went, who?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, that was like in the Infinite Crisis. That was probably the most cold-blooded thing that Batman has ever said to anybody. Was when him and Wonder Woman and Superman were talking about what had just happened and stuff. And fucking Batman says, let's just be real here, Superman. The last time you inspired anybody is when you died.
Yeah.
Like, wow, eat shit, fucking Clark. Get out of here.
Batman's keeping it real, though. See?
Oh, okay. Let me explain about Evil Reed. Yeah, in the Ultimate Universe, like, it's established that, the Fantastic Four, it kind of started off this kind of the same way, more, because, the Ultimate Universe was always intended for the younger reader to get into comics kind of thing without all the convoluted continuity and backstory and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the art style was, like, more...
updated.
A little bit more cartoony.
Yeah, more cartoony.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but it's still, it still relayed adult themes and stuff like that. But it was more for like the new reader. Somebody wanted, hey, let's get into comics, kind of thing. The thing with this Reed, he was like more like the regular Reed Richards is aloof, right? He's just like more like, oh, I'm too busy working on my this thing that's probably going to be a doomsday weapon and accidentally oops.
Honestly, like, why not?
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if I was in like a comic book universe and I was like super genius and had a ton of money and stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything with it, but I'm just want to have a giant death ray.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, in both cases, it was kind of a because I can.
Right.
Like,
yeah. It was like with the whole like discovering the what's it called the negative zone.
Yeah.
In Reed's case, it was all like, hey, I found this thing. Let's go explore it. It was like, I don't think we should do that, Reed. I don't know, man. He's like, yeah, come on. It's going to be cool. Then you get there, it's it's not that cool. There's things in there want to kill us. Shit.
So as a kitty cat says, I don't know. When I think of Marvel, I think of Stan Lee. Now with him gone, I wonder what's going to happen with Marvel. I could be wrong, but that's just a thought. They're going to shit on everything Stan Lee ever did.
They pretty much not even gave a shit. They barely gave a shit when he was alive.
Yeah, and the thing is that all the people working at Marvel all hate Stan Lee.
Yeah, because
Stan Lee hate everything he's about, everything he did.
Yeah, because Stan Lee was like literally like he was basically calling on them to be more creative.
Oh.
Yeah, like Stan Lee was low key negging them the entire time. After he stopped working.
Yeah,
because everything they were doing was just like shit.
Yeah, I mean, he was like straight up. He would tell them like, when they made Iceman gay, he's like, I don't think that's really no point in doing that.
Yeah, it was just
make
stupid.
Another gay character. That was what he was saying. Like, just make another character who's gay. Or when they when they made Miles Morales Spider, and he said like straight up, he says, I have no problem with Miles Morales, being a Spider-Man, but my Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and Peter Parker should always be Peter Parker, right? Don't change who he is. He let him be a white kid from the Bronx, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of course, they hated him for that because there's been talks for a long time. Instead of just having Miles Morales, just make Spidey a person of color. A Peter Parker instead. Basically combine the two. Make it Peter Parker, but make him a pure person of color instead of,
Yeah, I definitely rather the way they went. I like the way they went.
Yeah, having the two different. Of course, I always said they just need to change Miles's code name anyway. It can confuse people,
Yeah.
Especially, I heard apparently in a review I saw today of the recent Miles Morales Spider-Man is like they're going down the get woke train with him now.
Oh.
So, here we go. Of course, it was bound to happen eventually. So,
damn it, they were doing so good with him.
Mm-hmm. Don't you find it funny they do this right after the new movie comes out with him as the star?
Yeah,
of course. I always said especially these get woke writers.
Oh, they think they're gonna get the ride the wave out there, but then when people see it, they're like, no, this is terrible, and then they're all of a sudden mystified why it fucking bombs.
Yeah. Well, the movie.
I don't understand. It might do well, but like all the crap afterwards, no one's gonna buy Miles Morales toys. No one's gonna buy Miles Morales comics. No one's gonna read it. No one's gonna give a shit about any of that stuff. Right. It's the same with like Star Wars with the whole Rey.
Yeah.
No one cares about Rey. No one gives a. They just watch the movies like this movie was.
The whole time it says, where's Luke Skywalker? Why is he only?
Where's Luke? I want to see Jedis.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why is Luke at the end of the movie? This is stupid.
Why is he drinking titty milk? I don't know what's going on. I was probably the best. I haven't seen the movie, but like I've seen a bunch of it.
Yeah,
like here and there, and that's probably the best scene I think I've seen in the entire new trilogy.
Some monster
licking on titty milk, yeah. that's funny. Like him being a crusty old bastard, that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, why wouldn't you be? But
I'm gonna say if you're literally the last Jedi in the universe because
and you fucked up.
Yeah, you might as well be a crusty old man kind of thing.
Yeah, might as well be a crusty old man drinking monster titty milk. Who cares? That's not fucking.
So that part would have been fine. It's just when the whole thing. I think everybody agrees when they try to make old Rey the Mary Sue, literally.
Yeah.
Of this entire thing. I mean, honestly, I guess you could say Luke. Well, I guess you could say Luke was a Mary Sue, but not really because he had struggles.
No,
he at least had to fucking train, he had to train before he could do all the shit that she could do.
He got his ass kicked the first couple. He got his hand shot though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He lost all the fights up until the Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I would, because like I said, holy shit! I guess I could do an Operation.
Not Last Jedi, Returns, whatever.
I could do an Operation Retcon on the fucking Last Jedi, but one day, but
might have to.
My whole thing was like when they killed off like what that was Snoke. Was supposed to be. They made this big deal. He's the supreme leader. He's so badass and powerful, and fucking gets killed in like his second movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Can't even last to the third one, big guy.
I've never seen I've only seen the original trilogies and played a couple of the like Old Republic games and stuff, and that's about the extent of the Star Wars as I've gotten. I don't. So all the prequels and the sequels, I have no. People are like, you're not missing much, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, right.
I can just watch the original trilogies, knowing that you're
not missing much. Just stick with the original trilogies, man.
Yeah, just pretend nothing else happens before or after that.
Yeah.
Except the Old Republic, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
Wait, we were on Marvel.
But yeah. So let's talk about something else that's come up in the last day or so. The best actress in the entire universe, Brie Larson, came out and said that Captain Marvel, that Carol Danvers could definitely pick up Thor's hammer.
Now I thought only Thor was able to pick up Thor's hammer.
Thor and anybody worthy.
Okay, and what makes Captain Marvel worthy?
Exactly.
She's in the movie? She's a single mom and an Air Force pilot.
She's not even a single mom in the movie. She's
just a mom.
She's not even a mom.
I thought she was a mom in the damn.
No.
I'm just thinking maybe because she has like a permanent mom face.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, was it like resting bitch face?
It's resting bitch face.
Yeah. She has resting. No, she has resting mom face.
Yeah.
That's probably a better term. Yeah.
It's thing is she's like bigger than me. I think
she's like always unhappy kind of thing.
She looks like she's just had a kid for 15 years and is sick of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I
every picture.
Like literally can't even kind of thing, right? But yeah, no. So basically, so even Vince Skyver did a video today, and I urge both of you to look at the screen because he was talking about people who have been deemed worthy of being able to pick up.
It's kind of weird how he sort of does look like.
Yeah.
Fucking,
I was like, is this?
Like, you give him platinum blonde hair, he would look exactly like most of the artwork for Captain Marvel.
Yeah, does he look exactly like Carl Manvers?
Got the same physique, same weird oblong shaped head, and almost the same haircut.
Yeah. I laughed when I first saw it. Because not only did it fit perfectly, I just couldn't stand it because I was like, it was just a shock. All of a sudden, bam!
It just hits you right in there.
He was showing like real examples of like people who had picked up the hammer, you know.
Yeah.
And then it just got to like right before they showed the Superman, it just showed that picture. I was like, I just cracked up. I was done. I was like, oh fuck. Okay, let's see what Katie. What that was a characteristic of his hammer that he was the only one able to pick it up. This feels like Iron Man can spit out spider webs. Now the enchantment says, "Whosoever can pick up this hammer and be deemed worthy shall have the power of Thor." Now, what's funny about that? The original enchantment said he, so that kind of precludes women altogether.
As they should.
Honestly, though, one of my favorite people that's not Thor to have the hammer was Storm. So
yeah, Storm did have the hammer at one point,
awesome.
didn't she? Yeah.
Yep, it was awesome.
But they went through the different people who wielded the hammer. Beta Ray Bill being prominent example. Because he was like just an alien man and fighting Thor, and he just picks the hammer up, and all of a sudden he's also has Thor's power, and Thor's like, oh wait, what's going on here?
That's kind of shit though when you think about it. Like I'm Thor, I'm a badass, but no, your power just derives from you being able to pick up the hammer.
No,
without the hammer, you ain't shit.
No.
That was supposed to be because Thor's power was too much. Like
what the deal is?
So it was a way to channel it.
Remember, the key of that phrase is has the power of Thor. See, Thor is fine without
Thor already
the hammer.
has the power. Okay.
Yeah. Thor is fine with that. The hammer, I guess you could say, is more augmentation, to his powers.
So whoever else can pick it up also can be Thor, or has like Thor-like
has his powers. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's the key. Is like that's why we said when Jane Foster became Thor. Rolled my eyes there. They did that whole, they made it like Thor was a title.
Yeah. Which was dumb to randomly do that in like standing character.
Like Mjolnir, like there are Mjolnirs out there you can just hand out like Green Lantern rings, Like, it's basically, because that makes sense, right? And I know it's a different company, but in DC, if you're a Green Lantern is if you have a ring, a Green Lantern ring, so you're a Green Lantern. So you can
that
also
actually
be called,
is a title.
Yeah, that actually is a title. you know, say, "Who are you?" I'm a Thor.
I'm a Thor core.
There was actually a Thor core.
Oh God.
Yeah, the Marvel did a Thor core at one point where just
yeah.
a bunch of people had they were all like clone hammers and shit like that, but they all had like, you know, Thor hammers and like that's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the whole saying, "Oh yeah, Captain Marvel could pick up." It's because Captain Marvel isn't already perfect. Like we need to make her more perfect.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, somebody like Ethan made a suggestion that the fear is that he's got is that in Avengers Endgame, there's going to be a scene where she picks up the hammer.
Oh, of course.
You know, because the fact that she said absolutely makes me think that she knows something. And
well, it makes me think that
is
that they're trying to push Captain Marvel as the it character now.
Oh yeah.
That's what the entire Avengers Endgame movie is going to be about.
Oh yeah. That's because it's going to push her to be the new leader of the Avengers, whatever.
Come in and save the day, and then all the movies from now on are going to be about her instead of Iron Man, and
right.
And no one's going to watch them because they're terrible.
Right.
I guarantee the box office is going to be like half of what it ends up being.
Oh yeah. I already said like I have a feeling that that Captain Marvel's going to be gross a whole lot less than what they're expecting, even though they're going to hype it to the moon.
Oh, it's going to pull like Ant-Man numbers, but they're not spending Ant-Man money on it.
Yeah.
They're spending Iron Man money on it.
It's literally for them. I've said this before. It's $1 billion or it's a failure. You know.
Yeah,
it has
they'll
to be $1 billion
make their money back, but not by a whole lot. Let's put it that way.
I'm just saying it has to be $1 billion or they're going to consider Captain Marvel a failure. You know. Because the way they're hyping it. You know.
I wonder how many scenes are going to take place in China this time too. Because you got to get those Chinese scenes in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be weird because she's kind of it's a cross of a Earthbound hero and a cosmic hero.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little weird. But I can tell you exactly why Carol Danvers is not worthy to pick up Thor's hammer. Because Carol Danvers is sop drunk.
Yeah, and then the thing was like before Captain Marvel, she was just a fucking degenerate.
Yeah, she was Miss Marvel. She had powers. Yeah. She said basically the same powers she's got now. Nothing's fucking changed for her. She's got the same powers. She decided to call herself Captain instead of Miss.
Well, she wasn't as overpowered. I don't remember.
No, because that's when her powers were normal.
Yeah, now like when they've changed
her
to
overhyping
Captain
her
Marvel,
and shit.
Yeah, now she's all of a sudden One Punch Man, and
it
kind of looks like him.
Yeah, without One Punch. Saitama if he had hair, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that's how she became Captain Marvel? She did 100 sit-ups a day and 100 push-ups a day.
Yeah, she's really devoted to her workout, and that's how she got to. She's just actually a normie that can fly all of a sudden.
So we
just
boycott it. Great. Well, I mean, I'm not going to go see it anyway. I mean, I don't. You can call it a boycott if you want. I just like.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The last Marvel Cinematic Universe movie I sat through the entire way through and watched was the first Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And that was almost 10 years ago.
No, it's exactly 10 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think I watched it immediately, so it was probably maybe a year later. But yeah.
Yeah, but still, that was
a while ago.
Yeah, because the first, they had this whole 10 years of the Avengers kind of thing, and
I've seen because one of the 2 channels I ever watch when I have a TV is USA Network, and they sometimes will play the shit out of the fucking Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So I've caught parts of it. But it's always the parts where they're talking about the fucking what's her name in the movie, the Avenger movie, the
Black Widow.
Black Widow, yeah. That's actually a cool character, but in the fucking movies, it's the most pointless, boring motherfucker I've ever. So I always end up turning because I was like, I can't deal with this shit. I don't care. I want to watch Tony Stark being a dick. There's not enough scenes of that, and I don't know why.
I would say that, I mean, I get, Piper, you can weigh in too. I would say if you were going to watch any of the Marvel movies, you could kind of narrow it down to maybe 4 or maybe 5. You don't have to watch them all. I would say, definitely, Iron Man 1,
Yeah.
I would even go say, maybe Winter Soldier would be a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Civil War.
It was entertaining, but honestly, to get a lot of the in jokes, you would have to watch a lot more of the movie.
Yeah, so maybe you could skip Civil War. I would say you had to watch at least Avengers 1 to kind of get where they're going if you ever wanted to watch Infinity War, which I would say Infinity War was really, really good. So
it brought us Thanos cock memes, so.
I would
and it
say,
also brought my racerless Thanos character to life.
Yeah, I would say the third Thor movie, but you would really need to watch the other fucking Thor movies.
I guess you would, but yeah. And I will say Doctor Strange was a good one. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
I did not think that would be that good, and it was actually really good.
Yeah. And I don't even like Ant-Man, and I liked Ant-Man the movie.
Yeah, that was I mean, it was like one of the funnier lines in that one is it was the part where he says, "Okay, I give it." I say, "Okay, no more breaking in and stealing shit." He says, "So what do you want me to do? I want you to break in somewhere and steal some shit."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, well, back to what I know best." And I think that was another Piper. Don't you think that was one part where he was telling him the whole story about what was going on, and Scott goes, "I think you should call the Avengers."
Yeah.
Like the whole point of that movie was like Hank Pym, Cab. He was like, he invented this thing, where he could shrink down and shit like that. And the whole point is like he didn't want it to get in the hands of a Stark.
Right.
So he basically, like, even when like Tony's dad was alive, he didn't want him seeing his shit, and he definitely doesn't want Tony Stark seeing his shit. So
no, man, I want Tony Stark to have it.
Yeah. We need Iron Man. We need an Iron Man who can shrink and grow giant. That would be
yeah. Man. And then he could shrink other people just to be a dick.
Yeah, well, because he would do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the whole reason I like Tony Stark, because he's just an asshole.
He's a giant asshole. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good guy, but he's a fucking asshole, and it's great.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of the point. Like, getting back to that, that's why Tony Stark couldn't wield Thor's hammer, because he's an asshole.
He could. I bet he could.
Oh, he tried, but he failed miserably.
If he tried harder,
he tried really hard, dude.
He get his like massive asshole abilities to like form into a cohesive, power, and then he could pick up the hammer and be an asshole to everyone with the hammer. Carry around chasing people with it.
Mm-hmm. See, we'll see. Yeah, I know Captain America is worthy of picking it up because he's done it. And I think at one point Storm held the hammer, and in a Amalgam series in the Amalgam universe, before they went Amalgam, Wonder Woman was able to pick it up, but I think that was more of a gimmick than anything because
I guarantee you, sometime down the road they'll have Riri Williams pick it up.
Oh yeah, definitely, because she'll be worthy of it.
She's perfect.
Yeah, she's perfect in every way. Or America.
Oh yeah, of course, because literally, it's like basically Captain Marvel but brown.
Yeah.
And less interesting, which is I don't know how it's possible, but
yeah,
it's there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Ethan made a good point too. He's like, they had a perfectly good Captain Marvel, and her name was Monica Rambeau from the 80s and 90s. She was Captain Marvel for a while, and she's a black chick. And he said that would have been perfect for their quote agenda that they try to push, but it's also because she was an interesting character,
Yeah, she had like an actual personality and things already going for her.
Yeah,
before all this other shit.
See, that's why I hated the fact that they made Carol Danvers like Captain Marvel. The biggest reason is because Carol, like, the reason she never took the mantle herself is because she was like always felt she wasn't worthy of it. It's like, I'm kind of a piece of shit. I don't need to be like, taking on this great person's, mantle kind of thing. But no, but now she has no self-awareness at all. She's just,
No, here's the thing. She can pick up Thor's hammer, but she also runs a black site prison run by teenagers.
That's true.
That's very unconstitutional. This is worthy behavior.
Yeah.
Like Captain America could barely pick it up, and he's like the embodiment of everything good and wholesome in the world.
Yeah.
But Carol Danvers is a fucking degenerate drunk running CIA like prisons inside the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
But no, she can totally do it because she's a strong woman who don't need no man or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and don't forget the fact that like when in Civil War II, she was basically what is it? due process and innocent before guilty, or let the crime actually be committed before we actually do something about it. Yeah, fuck that shit.
That's the Civil War II stuff, right?
Yeah. Like the whole thing was like they have a precog who could like basically tell you the likelihood of something happening.
Yeah.
And so her thing is, we need to stop these people before they do it. And like Tony Stark, which is kind of opposite of what he was doing in Civil War One. He was like, "Oh, that's dumb as shit, dude. What are you doing?"
Well, at least in Civil War One, it was like these guys are mutants and they're obviously dangerous. I mean, objectively, they're dangerous people. They may not be bad people, but some of them are.
I mean, you can see the reasoning behind it. I'm not.
The reasoning makes sense.
Yeah, but with hers,
he's not a mutant. So but he has powers, and he's like, okay, I could do horrible things. These people could too.
Right. I mean, it came down to like okay, so you're seeing one side saying we need to protect people not only from other people but from themselves, and you see the other side with Cap's side who was like, no, you can't just get rid of civil liberties like that, dude. Kind of thing,
Yeah, but here's the thing though. There's already like the mutants and stuff. There's already been a history of them like fucking blowing up entire parts of the planet, and other worlds.
Yeah, I get that, but what like I said, you can see the schism. It's like
no, that's what I'm saying. It's like I get the point, but like the Civil War II stuff is like, oh, this guy can maybe predict the future, but maybe not. Yeah, we don't really know because you can't.
Yeah, because he was like apparently he was right about a few things, so they thought he'd just be right about everything.
Yeah, that's like basically getting a fucking Vegas numbers maker to like start calling shots.
Oh, he was right that the Patriots won 3 Super Bowls. So
yeah, he must know. Then I'm going to put all my money on the Patriots because he's betting again, and it turns out no, I guess
he was wrong. Yeah,
yeah, this guy. Yeah, but that's the entire Civil War II is like dumber than the first one.
Yeah, now I think the reason why Civil War I failed ultimately was because they made Tony too much of a dick I mean, yeah, he's a dick, but they made him too much of a dick in that situation.
They kind of made him uncharacteristically a dick.
Yeah, because I don't think he would be that dickish when it came to like, okay, I think he would do a better job of trying to explain why we need to do this instead of just trying to force it on everybody.
Well, it's because the people writing it are fucking hacks.
Oh yeah,
like a good writer could take a position that they don't necessarily agree with, but then write a character, make real like good arguments for why this guy believes in it.
Yeah,
but they can't because these guys are terrible people.
Right,
they suck at their jobs. They can't do that. So
exactly. So yeah, that was like the whole. Like I said, in Civil War II, there was no need for that to be written ever. That was just you could tell that was basically a gimmick event to try to like push books because
that was the push Ms. Marvel as the leader hot thing like they're doing with the movies though.
Yeah,
that's all.
But the thing is like they put her on a side that is ultimately not in any way, shape, or form sympathetic.
That's the thing. It's like she's the good guy, but then they write her as the good guy, but the way they portray her is that she's a big piece of shit.
Yeah,
but she's the good guy because we said so.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what the best thing would have done is to switch them. Like have her be the you can't do that dumb shit kind of thing.
What, and have Tony be like,
no, he's got a history of doing dumb shit, so why not, right? I'm just saying that if you were going to do it, it should have the role should have been reversed. If your whole point was to make Captain Marvel a superhero. And make her, like a champion for the little guy and stuff like that. That's not how you go about doing it. It's like, homeboy over here said you may or may not, steal some candy, so we're gonna put you in the fucking jail for 10 years.
Well, here's the thing is that they turned Tony Stark into the bad good guy. He's still the good guy, but he's got to be the asshole. Mm-hmm. So they already kind of like paid him into a corner with the first Civil War thing.
Yeah. So
they're sort of doubling down on the second one.
But
even though that the premise is like pretty indefensible from the good guys, quote, point of view.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's because they suck.
And
they suck at writing.
Of course, her ordering Hawkeye to kill Bruce Banner was that's a real smart thing to do. It's like he may or may not like kill everybody here, so go ahead and kill him.
Yeah, like I can understand, like, because then they fucking like banished the Hulk to like another planet one time.
Yeah, but he came
and that was a World War Hulk shit.
Yeah, but
he was really mad when he came back.
Yeah, but he was fine for a while, so it was. Like I said, it was the whole like trying to convict them of a crime they hadn't even done.
Well, no, like I get like because Hulk is like super dangerous and he's already a known quantity of he fucking destroyed Las Vegas at one point, I think.
Yeah.
So he's sort of already done some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the idea of, oh yeah, we should probably eliminate him. But then the Hawkeye, yeah, he's gonna get the job done.
Yeah.
A guy that shoots fucking arrows.
Yeah, it was funny because
Iron
he
Man
drilled
has
him.
a suit that lasts like an hour against him, and that's it. It's like, come on.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing was, Hawkeye had to kill him while he was Bruce Banner because you can.
Oh,
okay,
as a normie.
yeah, you can say, yeah, the Hulk has done some dumb shit, but Bruce Banner is like all he's done is like the only thing he's really done bad is be smart, you know, like.
And get played by Mark Ruffalo, who's a terrible actor.
Yeah. So fucking Hawkeye drilled him in the head with an arrow. Really?
Oh. Did it
not
work?
Not only was it an arrow, it was an arrow that Bruce Banner developed. So basically, Bruce Banner killed himself.
Well, good. Bruce Banner's a terrible man.
Yeah, apparently. But yeah, there's several. Like I said, back to it. There's several reasons why Carol Danvers would not be worthy to pick up Thor's hammer.
I would say the biggest one is because she's just such an uninteresting bad character.
Well, I mean, being uninteresting doesn't automatically make you unworthy. It's just doesn't help none.
It should.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest unworthiness, like I said, she's obviously got bad judgment. Like let's just arrest people and put them in jail for things they hadn't even done yet. And B, she's a stop drunk. I mean, yeah, she's recovered, quote unquote, but they always say you're always an alcoholic kind of thing. So
here's the thing about like her putting people in and they wrote her as the good guy. I think it's because the people want to put people in jail that they don't like.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Damn.
Are you trying to tell me that the current crop of writers at Marvel want to jail people for having differing opinions?
I'm implying that they are authoritarian, unconstitutional fags. Yeah.
Well, it was good having a YouTube channel. Would you people
What I think
quit?
is funny about that plot line, because it's been used, in other fucking stuff that's not Marvel.
Yeah.
The same freaking plot line. And what always kills me is I'm like, how come it's only you need to go put him in jail or not put him in jail before?
Mm-hmm. Why can't you just go have a talk with him? Yeah.
Or no, why isn't it like, okay, this thing may or may not happen, so let's fucking go protect the people that it may or may not happen to and see if we can stop it from happening.
Yeah.
Not just, no, we need to go arrest them before
Or
we
you
do
can
it.
you can do what DC does, which is way fucking better than Marvel, is they just like, okay, you guys are bad guys and you're fucking menaces to society and you could probably explode entire planets. We're gonna hire you,
Yeah,
for our government team. Well, let's just sort of like on semi-parole, just don't be stupid, and we'll leave you alone.
yeah.
And that's how you got the Suicide Squad,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes more sense because that's what you do in real life. That's how conquering armies always, when they defeated their enemies, they didn't kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Look, you can join us, or we'll kill you." And then most of them were like, "All right, whatever, we'll join you. It's cool." And they just keep going.
So Katie Kitty says, what you're saying is superheroes don't have brains? Yeah.
Well, I mean, when they're written by Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, they used to.
And I mean, DC increasingly nowadays.
I'm really surprised they haven't gone to the point of making Carol Danvers like a super genius on top of everything else.
Oh yeah, now she's all of a sudden developing like flying spaceships and has her own space station now. And
Yeah. That she developed herself and built herself. She didn't need no help.
yeah, 'cause she doesn't need cranes or anything like that.
Yeah.
She can just fly to space, can't she? Doesn't even need to breathe, right? Does she need to breathe?
Yeah, no.
So okay.
Like I like what somebody said. They said, "Oh God, I wish Rogue could reabsorb her powers and be done with this shit."
Someone should just kill Captain Marvel.
Well, that's basically what Rogue did.
Like kill her, and then like none of this. Oh, we're gonna bring her back six issues later.
You know how Rogue can absorb people's powers.
Yeah.
But it's usually temporary, right?
Right.
Well, the whole thing was because Miss Marvel was pretty powerful. When they were the who was it? Brotherhood of Evil Mutants was fighting her, and so Rogue got a hold of her and absorbed too much of her powers, and basically it became permanent.
Oh yeah.
And Carol Danvers went into a coma for like 2 years or something like that.
They should have a thing where she just ties like Captain Marvel up and just constantly uses her to absorb, like keeps her alive.
Yeah.
But just like comes back every like week or so to like reabsorb it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Just like,
Oh yeah, let's just make Rogue a psychopath. Get the fuck out of here, Cat.
God damn.
yeah,
Calm
turn
down.
Rogue into a bad guy.
No, we're not turning Rogue into a bad guy. Rogue's the Southern Belle of the X-Men. She was already a bad guy one time. Let her have a let her be a good guy.
I just want Captain Marvel to get killed. That's all.
I understand that, but there's different
There's
ways to
other
do
ways
it.
Can Aunt May do it?
Yes.
I was
And then-
trying to figure out how to tie the two together.
And Aunt May then becomes the new Captain Marvel.
yeah.
Oh,
What the fuck? I love it.
I can see it now. She becomes like fucking Captain Marvel, and then she tells Peter, "It's like, okay, I've got to go like actually do universe things now, so I'm fucking off, and you just have to eat shit and leaves."
Yeah, you save your little bank robbers and shit like that in New York City. I gotta go save this universe.
Yeah. So yeah,
You little bitch.
I think we just came with a better ideal for Aunt May.
Yeah, this is the reason Peter Parker left. Is because Aunt May became Captain Marvel. He's like, look, I don't even need me anymore. I'm just a dickhead that can like run up walls real fast. That's about it.
And my aunt's over here just like just defeating intergalactic armies by herself and shit. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. There, we saw that. We're doing a better job than Marvel ever could.
Dude,
for free.
it was like I was thinking the other day. I was like, the last 2 weeks with the Operation Retcon, with Riri and America, we did a better job with those characters than Marvel has, and they created them. Yeah.
Well,
Right? And this is technically characters that we don't like going into it too.
Right.
well, here's the thing: is like no one at Marvel likes any of these characters either. Why do you think they treat them like shit?
Well, why did they develop? Why did they make them? Why did they? Why did
Because
people
they-
create them? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Because money, dude. They think they're gonna they're gonna get a piece of this character in their merchandising, and then it turns out no one buys any of their shit. So
yeah, that's true.
no one's wearing Captain Marvel shirts around like they were with X-Men or Wolverine way back in the day.
Well, I
You know
think
what I
it goes back to the point. These people develop these characters. They create like what Riri Williams was created because Bendis could never make money. He'd never get a residual off Iron Man, right? Because he didn't create Iron Man, but he could get a residual off Riri Williams if she became popular and stuff like that. But
Yeah, that's the entire reason why you have 5,000 Marvel characters,
hmm
Yep.
where you only honestly need maybe 50.
yeah. Basically,
And
I've
like
always
10
said
of those
you
be the main characters.
only need like 2 to 3 teams of characters in Marvel. You got your X-Men, you got your Avengers, and I guess if you want to keep the Fantastic Four, you would. And then those characters and those teams could have their own books, stuff like that. But there's no need to have 5,000.
Yeah, there's no need for West Coast Avengers. Remember in the early 90s there was like 10 different X-Men teams.
I would
Oh,
still
yeah.
keep Guardians though.
Oh yeah,
they're
because
off doing
Guardians is
space
off world.
shit.
That's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine if you want to do
they're off
Guardians.
doing space shit.
Yeah,
And-
but
and they're-
I'm talking about like as far as Earth based. Basically, there is no reason why anything bad should happen in any major city in the Marvel universe
Yeah.
because there's enough heroes around to fucking deal with that shit.
Except for like 90% of the heroes are all in New York for some reason.
yeah.
That's because 90% of the Marvel writers are in New York.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the only reason.
I would have a fucking.
Maybe that means that 90% of all crime is in New York.
I want to have I want a Marvel hero based in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Right?
I think Piper's getting real close to start reading FBI crimes.
If we need that many superpowered peoples in
It's like,
New
Miss
York,
Marvel, why
do
are you
people
locking up all the black people? What are you
oh,
doing?
yeah.
Oh god!
Like,
you
look,
hear
I'm reading these FBI crimes.
Captain Marvel starts saying shit like, "Well, it's preconceived that they will commit a crime."
She starts making rational cases of why you should lock up all the black people.
And people saying there'll be certain circles that will say is Captain Marvel our girl?
Yeah, based in red pilled and shit.
Did you hear it now? She's like, "Hey, look, I'm doing this for your own good."
This is a case where you can have like Tony Stark be like, yeah,
Okay,
I get what you're saying.
for the people in chat that are still here, What do you think about having a Reese Realist Captain Marvel?
That haircut would make a lot more sense now.
Oh God, yes. You're right. I want to know. I'm still okay. Straight up, who at Marvel, artists, who thought it was a good idea to make Captain Marvel look like Milo Yiannopoulos?
Probably some artists like work girlfriend was like, maybe she looked more like a lesbian.
Yeah. So let's get rid of her boobs altogether.
Yeah, so let's make her look like a butch 6 foot tall lesbian. So yeah, that's just very appealing to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know lesbians that like that
I was
shit.
gonna say, I don't even think that's appealing to lesbians.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, no one likes that. No, I mean, there's like very specific fetish maybe, but they're not the ones buying Marvel books.
I should do a poll on Twitter and say like, okay, to all my lesbian followers out there, what do you like? And they say, had put like flat as a wall and then big bapping honkers,
But like put up like Psylocke, like a retweet for Psylocke, like for Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel
or Carol Manvers, yeah, Carl Manvers, yeah. But that was another picture. I didn't grab that one, but there was another picture that EVS used, and it was Captain Marvel, but it had Carl from Aqua Hunger Force's head.
That would be a funny character if Carl was like a superhero. None of this matters. What am I doing? I'm gonna put you in jail. You're gonna get out, and you're gonna blow shit up. None of it matters. What am I doing?
Like, you think you seen weird shit? I live next to a fry man and a giant cup and a pile of meat. What do you think I'm doing here?
In New Jersey.
Are they still in New Jersey? Yeah, I'm Jersey man.
Is Agustin in New Jersey, or is he just from New Jersey?
I think he's from New Jersey.
Well, that's obvious, but like, are they actually still in New Jersey?
I don't know exactly where the fuck that thing takes place.
I want Agustin Hunger Force lore right now. Someone tell it.
I think they are in New Jersey. Yeah.
It would make a lot of sense. Let's be real.
Yeah, because like in the beginning when he used to do the old Dr. Weird intros, it would say like in Jersey, somewhere in New Jersey or something like that. So.
Well, have you ever like been in New Jersey?
No, and I really don't want to go.
Yeah, well, it looks a lot like Agustin Hunger Force. I'll tell you that much.
I hear EVS talking about, which really gets me. He said he used to live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Right.
And he was like, I didn't want to live in North Carolina. I wanted to live in New Jersey. I was like, well, I think, dude, something's wrong with you.
I love high taxes and high crime and really shitty people.
Yeah. Well, apparently he lives in a part of Jersey that's like okay, but
he probably lives.
Of course, the biggest thing I said about that, that's like, well, if one thing you were living in Charlotte, and that's pretty.
Yeah,
bad.
Charlotte's like the fucking hipster dipshitville of South Carolina, isn't it?
No, North Carolina. Don't.
Or North Carolina, whatever.
Don't put that evil on me, please.
Whatever. You're all white trash to me.
Dude, I will say, you might call me all right trash, but I'm definitely a higher grade white trash than them bitches in damn South Carolina. Get out of here. Y'all will fight.
We have the finest of trailers.
Exactly. Get it straight from the factory.
Oh, hell yeah. Smells brand new.
It's funny because they're actually close by. There's actually a trailer factory.
There actually is?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that's like the whole thing. That's like he said, I said, well, the biggest problem you living in Charlotte. I was like, there's like 4 places in North Carolina I would not live if you paid me. And that's Raleigh, Charlotte, Chapel Hill, and Durham. Right?
That's all the college towns.
Exactly. And that's the reason why you don't want to live there.
Yeah, like we got ours is like Gainesville here in Florida.
Yeah, that's where Miami is, right?
Gainesville?
Or is that where just Florida University is?
Yeah, that's for Florida. It's north of Lake Orlando.
Mm-hmm. Where is I know Florida State's in Tallahassee.
Yeah, Miami is in Miami.
Well, yeah, obviously in Miami. Yeah. Where is that? Was it Central Florida, UCF?
UCF, that's in Orlando or outside of Orlando, just outside.
Orlando? Okay. Yeah, our major colleges are all concentrated in like a 30 square mile area.
Yeah, all of hipster dipshits.
Yeah. So it's like, Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. They call it the Triangle. That's a triangle of shit.
Well,
yeah.
So is Captain Marvel from the Triangle of shit?
Probably.
Or New Jersey?
One or the other.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, if something drove her to drink, let's put it that way. I'm just saying.
She lived in Newark for 1 year, and that's why.
Became a sop drunk and. Mm-hmm. See, I think that. See, the thing is, whenever they showed her drinking, she was always like in that thing where she was drinking but depressed and everything's like, so she won't do Captain Marvel shit. I said it'd been funnier if she was like a sop drunk, but then like would fucking go and try to save the day, but be like all flying sideways and shit like that.
Yeah, no, she does superhero shit while she's drunk.
Yeah, so that means 9 times out of 10 she's fucking shit up.
Yeah, she's like a complete fuck up. She'll like fly into buildings and stuff.
Yeah, like fly through buildings instead of fucking. Like she ends up doing more property damage than the villain she was trying to stop. Like,
yeah, like the team has to like stop her half the time before they're fighting the bad guy because she's just an idiot.
Like Carol, no, stop. You know. And plus the name Carol, honestly, that's I mean, we talked about resting mom face. Carol is like literally one of the most mom names ever.
Yeah, she sounds like a 45-year-old like single divorced mom.
Yeah, who's
that drinks.
One of those. I want to speak to the manager over.
Yeah, she has that weird haircut.
Yeah,
like that from the Ghost Whisperer lady from the reality show.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and she also thinks she's like the hottest thing ever.
Yeah, she thinks she's a MILF, and also she drinks box wine and drives a
SUV,
Toyota Camry.
I would say an SUV, or either that or an SUV. Yeah,
nice Toyota SUV.
Yeah, it's either something small like a Camry or something big like an SUV. You know, one or the other. It's never an in between car. You ever notice that? Never an in between.
Let me speak to your manager.
Let me speak. Oh God. I need an image of a Captain Marvel where it just says the one where she's holding up her hands,
Yeah.
You just have that when the word bubble says, "Let me speak to your manager."
Is that the one where she's holding up her hands and looks like a weird fucking alien?
Yeah. That's where the Carl Manvers kind of thing started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely.
We need to track that down and give her a word bubble and says, "Let me speak to your manager." Should we call her Carol Momvers then?
Momvers, yeah. Carol Momvers.
Carol Momvers. I love it.
Love it.
God, we accidentally did a retcon tonight, guys.
Yeah, all right. We don't even need to show up tomorrow, basically. We're just saying.
No, yeah.
Put something on repeat.
No, I still want to do one tomorrow. I forgot who we were going to do. Or did I say we didn't decide it yet?
No, I suggested Captain Marvel, didn't I?
Did you?
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a day ago. How did you forget this?
That was a day ago. It was not a day ago. We did this last week.
No, yes, after the show, 2 days ago.
See, now you're getting your days confused.
Look, I know what I said.
All right, well, whatever. I'll figure out something about it more.
Okay.
Are you going to show up this week, Piper? Oh, you were here last week.
Probably.
Yeah. It was the week before you weren't here. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I missed a lot. Had a lot going on the week before, but usually I'm going to try to just only be Wednesdays that I miss.
That sounds cool.
Maybe.
All right then. Well, I think they're done here.
Ethan Van Sciver, is the show done? Yeah, probably.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
What do you think, John Malin? Yeah, I think so, Ethan. I think we need to cut this off. It's getting a little awkward. What do you think, Mike Miller? What do you think, Arthur Morgan? You shut this shit off.
What do you think, John Marsden?
Turn it off, Cap.
Perfect.
I still want to do. I'll give a little preview for people who listen later. The idea of Arthur Morgan reviewing a comic. Yeah,
you're doing your Arthur Morgan comic review.
Yeah. So what I want to do is in the middle of it, he's going to ask John Marston or something, and I think we're going to do it. I might just do him might just let him do Goddess Mode.
Yeah. That was what we were talking about yesterday. Yeah. Is you're going to review Goddess Mode.
And so the joke is going to be they were talking about the author, and Marston makes the joke that's he says that person's writing is worse than Uncle's, and he can't write. And then Arthur says, "What's really funny, John? This Zoe Quinn's been with more men than your wife." Wait a damn minute.
So and then you needed a gunshot.
Oh yeah, like gunshot sound.
Sound effect is like he's shooting.
Hey, calm down,
Yeah,
down.
just a pistol shot.
Calm down, John. We're all brothers here. You already got a perfect picture too. I'll show it to you after the thing.
All right.
But yeah. Okay. Anyway, so we'll cut it off for tonight. Y'all have a good one, and like I said, we'll see you tomorrow for an Operation Retcon. We'll decide that soon. Goodbye.